Action!
Just follow the road. It's gonna lead you right to me.
I'm Ben O'Shea from the West Australian.
Bravo. Thank you so much, Ben O'Shea, for coming. I really appreciate it. O'Shea, you know, are you thinking, I'm thinking of an actor whose last name is O'Shea. Do you know about whom I'm thinking?
O'Shea? No, I don't.
Do you know an actor named Milo OShea?
Milo O'Shea, no?
Look up Milo O'Shea.
I will.
Our parents took us to see, first speaking of movies,
Yeah.
so I'm not totally off track. They took us to see some first-run movies that were sort of adult. In this case, a very arty black and white version of Ulysses.
Okay.
With Milo O'Shea playing the lead character. I don't know if you ever read that book.
Yeah.
I myself still have to catch up on it, but it's a much cherished, one of the great books in the world. And they did a movie, and Milo O'Shea, you saw him. He was also in. What's that movie with Al Pacino where he's the lawyer? You know, you're out of order, and you're out of order.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
called. What's that called? Oh, for heaven's sakes, I should know this.
Anybody?
Your watchers will know this. But anyway, he's the judge in that.
Yeah.
He's got nice big eyebrows. You know that guy?
Yeah, I know the guy you mean. That Milo O'Shea.
That's Milo O'Shea.
Okay,
And he's
all
got
right.
nice. What's that called? Oh, it'll come back to me. He's got big eyebrows. He's quite something. Anyway,
no relation as far as
O'Shea,
I'm aware.
no relation.
No, I don't
and
believe so.
Ben, that's a solid name. Ben. I'm thinking of Death of a Salesman.
Yeah.
Do you know that play?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know the character Ben?
Yes.
Ben is the. Is it the uncle of Willie Loman? Yes, it's the uncle.
Yeah,
Ben,
that's right.
He
That's
keeps
right.
fantasizing
Yeah.
he's died. Ben, how did you do it? What's the secret?
Yeah, to raising the son that goes on to be a huge success.
No. That's Charlie. That's the next door neighbor.
That's the next door neighbor.
That's the next door neighbor who's really has a credo of work hard and actually make yourself ready to do something. Don't just have this American kind of notion of personality ethic, which is look good, but don't actually study and prepare yourself to do anything, and you'll get by on that. It's a real bad, misguided part of the American dream, so-called, and it all comes to tragic end. But the neighbors make a good model of that. Ben was his uncle, who did very well by hook or mostly by crook, it turns out, and he keeps fantasizing about him. Ben, how did you do it? What's the secret? What's the secret? How do I teach my boys, Ben? I'm tricked, et cetera, et cetera. So don't get me started on that. But
Well,
anyway,
let's talk about the American dream.
yes.
Because I think in Wicked, your character, the wizard, he echoes real life leaders throughout time, across the millennia. And so what do you think the themes of this film say to our time?
That's a very good question. It's a rollicking good time with this fantastic cast and John M. Chu with of this beloved musical, and they do a crackerjack job of it. Some have called it a masterpiece already. So we can talk about that. But you're right. I like to think about that. And one of the attractive things for me were the serious themes in that. First of all, there are members of groups who are othered, as we now like to say. There's the main female girl, played by the great Cynthia Erivo, is green-skinned, and people shun her. They judge a book by the cover, and they don't, et cetera, et cetera. So she is shunned. And our leader of Oz at this current moment has seized an expanded power, perhaps by demonizing the animal population in this movie. And treating them badly. Well, as we know, that's a story that has been with us, as you say, for a long time. We know there are those who practice devices like that now. Shame on them, and hopefully everything will come out in the wash. Chickens will come home to roost. I've run out of cliches.
If only there was a wizard who could grant our heart's desire and make some of these people go away.
Well, if only he was authentic. He claims, but who is he really? He's a bit of a phony, and he does some things that people take as magic, and he doesn't disabuse them of the notion that he's actually in possession of supernatural powers. Shame on him for doing that. I've talked to world-class magicians who go, you don't need to do that to entertain people. That's a bad thing to do. Et cetera, et cetera. anyway, finally, the movie, what happens in the movie is that we're encouraged. The end is good because this person who's been othered unites with a good friend and others of good character, and maybe with excitement and energy ready to turn the page on this whole period of history where people can bring about a good end and all live in a world that works for everyone.
Yeah.
Every creature and everyone, where if I win, it only is dependent upon your winning too. It's not win-lose. It's a win-win world. It's interdependent. And as we know, yes, currently, for climate change and other issues, we need each other across all borders on this little tiny, gorgeous planet of ours. There we go.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it any better myself, Jeff. And
Thank
we
you.
have run out of time.
No,
Can you
Ben, I'm
believe
so
it?
sorry. I apologize.
I
But
got
your
one question in, so
your
that's the
question
important
was
thing.
so provocative. I hope that satisfied something.
Yeah, it'll satisfy my editor.
You're a dear man.
Thank you for joining
Thank
me,
you, my
and
friend.
congratulations on Wicked.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And cut.